I'll never forget this one situation. There was a story inside of this video, but this teenager had gotten in a fight at school and she lost the fight, and she came home and told her dad, someone that she could trust, and she told her dad this story about how she lost this fight. So just to ensure that she would never lose a fight again, he stuck her in the bathtub and stripped her naked, but with no clothes on, and beat her until she was
Mm,
black and blue with a cord or with a belt, some kind of electrical
mm,
cord, just because he wanted to make sure that she knew how to stand up for herself. And I thought about that, and that story always gives me chill bumps. I just can't imagine the shame that that
mm.
child felt. And here she was, heartbroken that she had lost in this fight. And she's going and telling the one person who she can trust, and this is how she's treated by an adult. And I just can't
Yeah.
imagine the years that it has probably taken her to overcome that one horrible situation. So think about your child in that situation. I don't know this child, but you might go to church with this child, or if you're a teacher, you may be teaching that same child. So think about the shame and just how they feel defeated and just their low confidence whenever these things, they know that what they've done is maybe
Mhm.
wrong, or maybe they've messed up, or maybe they just made a mistake and then they're treated that way. So Jennifer, just give us some more insight, what to say or what to do when our teenagers come to us just hurting, or they're struggling, or they've really messed up in their life. What can we can't control them, but what can we
Yeah.
do for ourselves? How can we respond?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, what we have to understand is that shame, when depending on the source, right? Whether it is an external, someone is shaming us, whether it is an internal, we have shame about ourselves, regardless of where it comes from. Shame is from the enemy, first and
Mhm.
foremost. Like that
Yeah.
shame comes from because in Christ there is no shame, right? He
Yeah.
came to dissolve all of that. And so when shame comes into the picture, its goal is to isolate us, right? It cultivates this fear, it cultivates anxiety. It does not lead to holiness, it leads us to hiding. And when I think about how Jesus handled shame, let's start there, right? I think of the woman in John 8 when Jesus uh, confronts the woman who was caught in adultery. Everyone wanted to condemn her, but Jesus didn't. He protected her, he saw her, he spoke to her. He didn't ignore the sin, right? He did not ignore whatever was happening in her life, but he didn't shame her either. So, like, that's the model that we need, especially when we're discipling teenagers.